You know, every single creative agency has this hidden vulnerability, a single point of failure that can totally derail even the most brilliant projects. And it's not what you think. It's not a lack of talent. It's not a shortage of ideas. It's communication. So today, let's build the playbook to fix it.
Okay, I want you to think back for a second to that last project that just went completely off the rails. You had a fantastic team, right? A great concept. So what was the real point of failure? I mean, it's a question that honestly keeps even the best project managers up at night.
Well, here's the thing. The real culprit, it's almost never a lack of skill. It's just a broken link in the information chain. When that communication breaks down, even the most amazing ideas just fall flat. It's a simple problem, and honestly, that's the good news, because it's a fixable problem.
And we need to be super clear about this. This isn't just some minor frustration we're talking about. Miscommunication literally drains your budget, it burns out your team, and it just quietly sabotages your agency's success from the inside out.
So as we go through some of the common symptoms of this whole breakdown, just ask yourself, does any of this sound a little painfully familiar? Yeah, I'm willing to bet it will.
See, these issues, they never happen in a vacuum. It's a total domino effect. A single misunderstood goal, that leads to duplicated work. And that duplicated work causes missed deadlines, which of course creates unhappy clients. And eventually it just completely crushes your team's morale. It all starts from one tiny little communication gap. Okay, so how do we actually fix it? Well, the answer isn't to just try to communicate better. That never works. Nope. We have to get intentional. We need to build a system.
The chaos really ends the moment everyone on the team knows exactly where to go for what. Is this a quick question, a task update, a major strategic decision? Giving every single type of conversation its own specific home, that is the first and honestly the most crucial step to getting some clarity.
And look how simple this can actually be. Your project management tool, something like Asana, that's for the work itself. Task updates, progress reports. Your instant messenger, like Slack, that's for all the quick, in-the-moment chatter. And then scheduled meetings? Those are reserved only for the big, high-stakes decisions. When this is crystal clear, nothing falls through the cracks. It just creates instant accountability. But here's the catch, right? You can have the best tools in the world, and they won't work without the right culture. Because the tools, they're only half the battle. The other half, the much more important half, is all about the people. You've got to create what's called psychological safety. It's a space where it is absolutely okay for someone to say, hey, I'm stuck, or, you know what, I think this is the wrong approach. A culture that punishes bad news will only ever get bad news too late, but one that welcomes it early, that's a culture that solves problems while they're still small and manageable. And this all comes down to transparency. But transparency isn't just about being honest. It's about creating this active, free flow of information. And that constant flow, that's what builds the bedrock of any high-performing team, trust. Seriously, without trust, even the best systems are going to fail. All right, so we have the right system in place, and we're building the right culture. Now let's look at the day-to-day habits and the tools that really bring this all to life. This right here, this is the fundamental shift we are aiming for. We're talking about moving away from the absolute chaos of endless email threads and confusing file versions, and moving toward a single source of truth. With awesome collaborative tools like Figma or Notion, everyone is working from the exact same playbook, which eliminates confusion in real time. And this applies especially to our single most expensive collaborative tool, meetings. Come on, they have a bad reputation for a reason, right? Way too often, they're just these unstructured time sucks. Our goal is to completely flip that script and turn them into precision instruments for making decisions.
A really great check-in is lean and it's relentlessly action-oriented. It only focuses on 3 things. 1, what progress have we made? 2, what's blocking us? And 3, what are the immediate next steps? That's it. You get in, you get aligned, and you get out, so people can get back to doing their actual work. All right, we've diagnosed the problem, we've explored the solutions, so now let's boil all of this down into a clear action plan, the key takeaways that will absolutely transform your agency's communication.
So this is your playbook, these 5 principles. They aren't complicated, but they absolutely demand consistency. You have to define your channels, foster that openness, embrace real-time tools, fix your meetings, and please, write things down. It's a simple formula, but it will lead to a massive upgrade in your team's effectiveness.
And hey, if you ever start to doubt if all this effort is worth it, just remember this number. Over 90% of a project's success comes down to effective communication. This isn't some fluffy, soft skill. It is the single most critical driver of your success, period.
So, I'll leave you with this one question. You don't have to overhaul everything overnight. That's overwhelming. Instead, just ask your team, what is one small, tangible habit we can change tomorrow to communicate better? Maybe it's finally defining what your Slack channels are for, or maybe it's just setting a clear agenda for the next meeting. Start there. Just start small and build from it.